Hey y'all, what's up? Your girl's back at it again. Welcome to a brand new episode on my channel. Get it since 92. I always serve you guys with the latest and information to help you guys out and stuff like that, and even share my personal experiences. So let's get to the nitty gritty as always. This is a rant. Alright, this rant is keep your damn hands to yourself. Now, and the reason why I say this is that you got some really fucked up motherfuckers. You got some low life, trashy ass people. And I'm gonna tell you something. I've been watching like reality shows for a little bit. Like I watch like Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and I've seen what's the other show? Basketball Wives. I've seen like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I've seen some of the other franchises of reality shows. And it also has something to do with real life as well. However, this is the thing. I personally, like I said, I've never got into a physical fight. Well, lies I have. But it's like I have had experience with people putting their hands on me, and I had to go turn to a Super Saiyan. Now, this channel is not promoting violence. I'm not promoting fighting, because I'm the type of person, I'm not a fighter. Like, I'm not a person that goes out and look for confrontation. However, if there's confrontation coming towards me, I'm going to make sure I stray away. I get out of drama, because I don't have time for that shit. So, the thing is, there are some ignorant motherfuckers. And they want to be all big and bad. They want to be all tough and get the knucking and bucking and all that stupid shit. And I'll tell you what, you better motherfucking be aware. There are some people that ain't going to tolerate that shit. Okay? Like, with this whole, like, you want to put your hands on somebody, or you want to fucking hurt somebody, or try to put your hands on somebody. I'm gonna tell you something. There's some motherfuckers they ain't with that shit. I'm not with that shit either. And like I said, people be so quick to wanna put their hands on you and shit. I'm like, hold up. You better fucking slow your roll. I'm gonna tell you something. People that do that shit are weak. They're clowns, and they're bullies. And like I said, I did a video on bullying, and like I said, I've also, like I said, I've experienced bullying. I've experienced people picking on me and trying to tear me down and stuff. And I'm like, listen, you're so miserable. Like, who are you to tear someone else down just because you don't love yourself, or you're miserable? So just because you're miserable, you gonna go out your way to make somebody else feel like shit? So it's like, I've noticed on these, like, and not just reality shows, in real life, there are like some bullies out here, man. Like, there'll be some motherfuckers that try to, they'll try you. They'll try to, like, and I'm telling you, when I turn to a Super Saiyan, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. I'm telling you, okay? Super Saiyan Akira will go in. And I'm the person that I'm nice to people. I treat people with respect, so I expect that in return. Okay? And even if, like I said, I don't know you, I don't be going out my way to pick on you just because you're different, or I don't do that stupid shit. It's childish. It's like, it's childish. But you got some people, they gotta learn the hard way. You got some people, they keep doing stupid stuff, and it's like, and especially like when you get to a certain age, you got some of these grown adults, they still acting like they in their teenage years or whatever. They still act like they fucking 17, 16. Still acting like they getting older. And I'm gonna tell you something, like, there's some like really messed up people. But like I said, I've been watching some of these reality shows, and I see how these women be fighting. I'm gonna tell you, man. Let me get this straight. You know what? I'm tired of the damn clicks. I'm tired of this. I don't like you, and you this and that, and like, you ain't all that, and you didn't. Let me tell you something. You don't like a person, keep it moving. You don't like what they do, you don't like, just keep it moving, because you're wasting your energy, and you wasting your time, and you got all this venom to be spewing hatred towards someone that's most likely, doing something productive. And if you have an issue with a person, you need to be mature and address the person head on. You need to address the person. Don't be trying to knuck and bug and call yourself want to fight somebody. Let me tell you something. There are some wrong people. You don't want to pick on the wrong person. I'm telling you. You do not want to do it. Because they will go super saiyan on that ass. And then you'll end up on a goddamn motherfucking stretcher. Or whatever. Or worst case scenario. So that's why you don't be going out your way trying to tear people down and belittle them. And try to fuck with them just because you think you so whatever. And that's what makes you a punk. And that's what makes you a fucking bully. That what makes you weak. You make you a fucking clown. So, like I said, and I be seeing how these women, how they degrade each other, how they call each other names and saying bitch and fuck you bitch and bitch fuck you and you this and that bitch. I can't stand you bitch. You a hoe. Come see me hoe. I'll fucking square up with you bitch. I'm like, y'all acting like damn teenagers. You acting like you in fucking high school. And even when I was in high school, there were some girls that were acting like that. But I strayed away. Because I never was around that environment. I never was around that behavior. And I don't fucking like cliques. And I don't like bullies. So, if you a fucking bully, I'm going to go in on that ass. Okay? So, I mean, and people, like I said, like people want to put their hands on you. Guess what? If a motherfucker, I tell you what. If a motherfucker put their hands on you, they call themselves putting their hands on you. Well, your best option, I'm not telling you how to handle it, is up to you. You weren't in control. But if somebody puts their hands on you, you defend yourself. And you use all the might, all the stuff you got to whoop their ass. And you beat the shit out of that motherfucker. The moment that motherfucker put their hands on you, you knock the shit out of them. Okay? And you turn Super Saiyan. Because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, and I look at how, like, these reality shows, they promote violence. I don't even, okay, I'll tell you what. They promote negativity. They promote a lot of garbage. Unhealthy relationships. And then I know people, they into it because it's entertainment. And I see, like I said, I do tune in and watch. But I get to observe from my perspective and say, these people are not making right decisions. Especially if they have an issue with somebody. All they want to do is want to turn up. And this fucking turn up bullshit, I don't even, that's another video. But I understand turn up like you having fun and you just doing you got your sweat. That's fine. But this extra shit, I'm like, well, I don't know what that is. But I've seen like people like they act a fool on television, and it's like it doesn't make any sense because what you do, it reflects on who you are as a person. Am I right? I mean, that goes for anybody. I mean, I'm just saying, but you got some people, they just don't grow. They don't learn. They don't grow. And they get older and they still doing the same stuff they was doing when they was in, when they was younger and stuff. You got to grow up. But, yeah, man, all this, like, want to put your hands on somebody and want to, like, beat on somebody. Okay, like, I know that, I want to talk about the movie that came out with, it's based on the biopic with Chalet. I know about it. I haven't seen the movie. I might check it out. I didn't get to see it when it first premiered because I'm aware of that. Like, I've seen movies similar to that. And I'm just proud of Chalet. I'm so proud of her. She's a survivor. She's a strong woman. And she told her story. She told her truth. Like, why the hell should she be, like, hiding that shit? That shit happened to her. Like, why should she even, like, hide? Like, oh, that didn't happen. I didn't get beat up. Oh, I didn't get knocked out. I didn't get slammed across, and smacked and stuff. I mean, and I was on Twitter when it premiered, and I saw people talking about it, and I saw people making videos of it. And I'm like, see, that's why people need to be aware of domestic violence. And they need to be aware of, like, abusive relationships. I mean, it can happen to women, it can happen to men, it can happen to children. Like, people go through that, and it's so scary. And then also, unfortunately, like, some scenarios, people don't get to tell their story, and I think it's so important that people, if you're with a person that has issues with themselves, most likely, the best decision that you need to do, you need to leave, because it's not worth it. Okay, it's not worth it. And I know people go through things. I'm not saying we don't go through stuff, because we all do. And if you are going through things, you need to seek help as soon as possible. If you find yourself like thinking that you're going to spiral out of control, help yourself, okay? get treatment, talk to people, go to therapy, go to therapy sessions, go to like events, go to like spiritual events. You know, I go to a club every Thursday at 5 o'clock, and I go to a club. It's called Active Minds, and it's a club where people talk about mental illness, and they talk about the importance of people being aware of mental illness. There's all kinds of mental illness. There's all, you know, different disorders and stuff, and we've had like some speakers come and talk about, you know, them, you know, like helping people with their disorders. We've had like a psychologist and a therapist come to like one of the meetings, and they talked about, you know, they try to help these people, you know, be on the right path. They try to communicate with them and see what's going on. And I think it's so important for people to realize, listen, you need to get yourself together. You need to take care of yourself mentally, you know, spiritually and physically, you know, because I hear some of these really messed up stories of people getting abused by their significant other. It can be a spouse, it can be anybody, it can be someone that's just, you know, physically doing you harm, or mentally doing you harm, or verbally doing you harm. So it's like, you know, guys, we just gotta wake up. We gotta educate ourselves. We gotta know that it's wrong. You know, it's wrong to, you know, like, you know, my heart goes out to people. It breaks my heart. My heart aches because I personally, like I said, I've talked to some people that dealt with domestic violence. I've dealt with people, I mean, I've had conversations with people like, you know, their significant other, their partner, you know, would beat on them and curse at them and call them names. And it's just terrible. It's like, what? Like, nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves it. I don't care who you are, what you are. You don't deserve to be treated like you're nothing. You deserve to be treated with respect. You know, the person that you're supposed to be with is supposed to love you unconditionally, and they're supposed to cherish you, and they're supposed to uplift you and, you know, be there for you and support you. They're not supposed to tear you down and degrade you and treat you any kind of way. And I'm tired of motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something. When I did that video of Mary J. Blige and her her ex-husband, Kendu Isaacs, because he's gonna be her ex-husband, you know, the divorce and stuff, and the record thick of it, and I said, Mary J. Blige, she's dragging the hell out of him. She's roasting the hell out of him. And I saw other Mary J. Blige fans, and they were commenting on my video, and I saw, like I said, I saw this Mary J. Blige fan, what's his name? I'm gonna shout him out. Mr. Still Standing. Hey, Scotty, what's up? What's up? I love your videos, by the way. I love your videos. And listen, yeah, she is dragging the hell out of Isaac. I'm sorry, Kitty Isaac, because she's just bearing her soul. Because she's also a person that been through, that have experienced domestic violence. And Mary J. Blige, she going in on him. So we know this album is gonna be the shit. We know this album is gonna be, listen. I'm gonna be like, listen, every record Mary J. Blige is saying, I'm gonna be prepared. I don't think I was prepared to hear something like that from her. I mean, like I said, as a Mary J. Blige fan, I'm used to hearing records like that from her. It's no surprise. But this record right here, it's on another level. Like, every time I hear, I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh man. But and that's why it's important that people need to just have self-worth and love themselves and nurture themselves before they get committed to someone or be in a relationship. Because I'm telling you, there are some people, they don't know how to be in a relationship. They just, and it's like, I see how, like, couples, how they interact with each other. Like, I've witnessed couples, like, I can see how they interact with each other, and I'm like, okay, it's what you see. So, and also, like I said, with these reality shows, it's like, no matter what, people can holler this as entertainment, and people like, when people be going in on people, and I'm like, you know what, it's entertainment, but that's not really like, it's just backwards. It's just backwards. But yeah, man, I just, I'm rantful a little bit, so just bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me on this video. I want to talk about. Oh yeah. So I be seeing like people like getting into fights on, these reality shows and want to beat people up and want to, I'm gonna tell you something. You call yourself putting your hands on somebody, be prepared. Be prepared. You call yourself putting your hands on somebody, be prepared. Be prepared to get that ass knocked the fuck out. Or better yet, don't even think about putting your hands on somebody. I'm gonna tell you something. That's why people don't think. Okay? So that's why it's like, it's important to, before you do something, you need to think before you do. And, instead of always want to fight somebody or want to put your hands on somebody, it's like, you know what, let me talk to this person. Let me, let me be in the, let me just find a medium, and yeah, like, and in my like last video I talked about, bullying and stuff. Give me a couple of seconds. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, okay, so so it's like, I've seen, like I said, I've seen, and these, and like I said, some of these reality shows, some of them, not all of them. I'm not saying all reality shows are bad, but what I'm saying is that the ones that I mentioned, it's like, some of these people, they do stupid stuff. So it's like, you have to really be aware of, like, knowing that the things that you do reflect on you, right? So, I talked about, like, domestic violence. Okay. Alright. I just gotta keep it 100. Now, I talked about the singer Michelle A. And I talked about, she recently put out that biopic on Lifetime, and she talked about her relationship that she had with Dr. Dre. She was with him for a couple of years or whatever, when, how long they were together. And she said that he beat on her, and that he, mistreated her and treated her like a dog, and, and then all the stuff that he was doing to her, like, he beat her while she was holding her child, and then he pulled a gun and shot at her. And I'm like, wow, and like I said, I'm not surprised. Now, for some people that said that they're surprised that Dr. Dre did that, I'm not putting you down, saying that that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I respect it. But going by from what I've seen in my personal life, and from what I've heard from other people, and Dr. Dre, he also addressed that he had issues with his anger. That's one thing. So he did address that. He did address that he had anger issues. He also addressed that he had issues with women. That's another thing. So he also addressed it. Now, he didn't come out. I know he recently said he apologized to the women that, he mistreated. So he did address that. So that's the thing. He did address those things. So those are the important key factors. He addressed those factors, because he said from his lips, from his mouth, Dr. Dre said from his lips, he said, I had anger issues, I had issues with women, and I was violent, all of that. So when people found out that he was abusive to Michelle A, some people were like, oh my goodness, like, I'm surprised that he did this stuff, and I'm surprised that he beat on her. And like I said, I haven't seen the movie. Now I may catch up and see the movie, and I will do my review. You know what, I'll try to go see it. If you guys want to see a review of me doing a movie, I'll go ahead and do it. I know it's gonna be gruesome as hell, cause oof, from what I've read. And I'm not surprised. You know why I'm not surprised? Because I had the Straight Outta Compton DVD. Now, in the whole entire film, Dr. Dre, you know, the way how he carried himself, he was going through a lot of stuff too in his personal life. With that being said, with Michelle A, it added fuel to the fire. Even though it didn't show in the biography in the film Straight Outta Compton. And Michelle A's, yeah, I'm calling, not Michelle. Michelle A's and Michelle A's story, she got a chance to do her biography and tell her side. So it was about her relationship with Dre, and it was about her relationship with Suge Knight, which I will get to him later, because Lord have mercy, that motherfucker, he's a trip. That motherfucker's a trip from hell and back. And I will say some things. But Dr. Dre, you know, we know Dr. Dre, he's a great producer. He's an innovator. You know, he has, you know, earned, you know, his accomplishments. You know, he's respected in the hip hop community. He is respected in the, you know, music world. You know, he's one of like the pioneers. You know, he's one of the big dogs, one of the big leagues. So he has done great for himself. I'm not discrediting Dr. Dre. This is not a Dr. Dre bashing on him. This is not that, because I grew up listening to Dr. Dre. Also, I listened to Dr. Dre's recent album, Compton. Okay, which is a pretty damn good album, straight from start to finish. You know, but like I said, you know, Dr. Dre, however, I don't like what he did to Michelle A, and I think is wrong for what he did. And I don't condone domestic violence towards women, especially women. Now, men, they go through domestic violence as well. I'm not excluding men, whoever, I don't care who you are. But I know when it boils down to women, you know, women, they get this bad rep. You know, you got some people saying, well, why did you stay? You should have just left. But you know what? I'm not in their shoes, okay? However, the shit that I've heard from other people, because other women have told me how their spouse or their partner, you know, would knock the shit out of them and beat them so bad. And I was like, wow, like, that's really heartbreaking. So I'm like, yo, that shit is nothing. This is no jokes. And for people to make jokes about domestic violence and get the, I'm gonna tell you something, y'all motherfuckers, y'all be the first one to get a goddamn motherfucking, you want to be first one to hurt somebody, fuck somebody up when your whoever woman in your family or your friend or whatever. I tell you what, stop with the fucking jokes. The shit ain't funny. The shit is not funny, because I'm telling you, I have read articles of women getting messed up, like their face get disfigured, all of that crazy shit. And I'm like, damn. And that's why I really know that people need to be aware who they pick and who they date, because you never know. And I'm not trying to sit up there and be like, you know, like, I know people go through things, you know. I know people have struggled with themselves. However, it's not right to put your hands on somebody. And so, Dr. Dre, he's an example. He was going through a lot of stuff in his personal life. He was going through, like, you know, but he took it out on Michelle A. And Michelle A stayed with him during the relationship. I know she had a child by him. And, you know, all that was going on. And then she moved on from him, and then she got into a relationship with Suge Knight, and Suge Knight did the same thing to her. So it was like, wow. And that's the thing. And she was going through all of that. Like, all of that. And like I said, I'm going to see the movie, and when I see the movie from start to finish, I'm going to be like, oh gosh. And like I said, I will see the movie. I'll check it out, because I was like, I don't want to see. But you know what? I'll check it out, and I'll do a review on it. So it's like, that's terrible. You know, for her to go through that, and she got, you know, her nose got, I noticed that her face, you know, got, you know, she had surgery. And I know before, because I did research on her, I looked at her pictures when she was younger, and she was so beautiful. Nice looking woman. I mean, she still is nice. She still is beautiful to me. I mean, she looks nice, but see, that beating, and Dr. Dre gave her what, 5 black eyes, and broke her rib cage and all. I'm like, damn. And she had got surgery to fix her nose, and I'm like, wow, it's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, and she's a survivor, and that's amazing for her to tell her story, to say, listen, this is what happened to me. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying, listen, it was wrong, and I went through it. I'm able to tell it. So, like I say, anyone that's been through that, instead of y'all be so quick to like, oh, why is this important? No, you're not in this person's shoes, and stop that fucking bullshit. Oh, they were just trying to do that just to stop. Okay, sit down. In my Jesse Williams voice, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck all the way the fuck down and stay there. Because you don't have nothing else. Whatever you think, like I said, you're not in this person's shoes. So I'm going to tell you something. This woman got knocked the fuck out. And I saw how people reactions. They was like, oh man, it's terrible. He was beating on her. He was beating on her when she was sleeping. I'm like, he was waking her up. Dr. Dre woke her up in the middle of the night. He was beating on her. And then I was like, and then people was like, her grandmother was saying stuff like, you shouldn't be doing certain things to make him mad. And I'm gonna tell you about this too. And it's so messed up. Like, women like have gone through shit. Like, women go through shit, and it's like, you know what? I'm tired of bullshit. Like that whole bullshit. Like, oh, well, you need to like women. This was like the women. They was like, back in the day. Well, still some people still have that mentality. I mean, it's 2016, and it's amazing how some people have the mentality of the old tradition, the ways of thinking, which is fucked up. But that's how some people think. But it was like Michelle's grandma was saying, you know what, don't make him mad. Well, stop doing things to make him mad, and you just treat him like a king, and you do. And it's like, okay, you're doing all that, but you getting your ass knocked the fuck out. You can do all the shit for the man and do whatever, but if you getting your ass knocked the fuck out, then what the fuck? You treat him like this king. You treat him like a king, but he treat you like shit. You see what I'm saying? That don't add together. That don't go together. So it's like with Michelle A, she talked about that, and she was like, she had enough, and she moved on from Dr. Dre, and then Mr. Suge Knight. Yeah, Suge Knight was another crazy motherfucker, okay? And I'm a Tupac fan. I followed all like the Death Row records and all of that. And Suge Knight is another motherfucker that, as big as that motherfucker is, you see how big he is? And they were saying, oh, he was so ruthless, and and they showed it in the Straight Outta Compton DVD. It's like, yo, Suge Knight, was ruthless. I saw it, and it was like, yeah. And then Michelle A had a kid by him too, so it had to do with her upbringing, her environment. It had to do with how, she was, and it was so messed up, and it messed with her psychologically, and it messed with her mentally. And then I read that she at times wanted to commit suicide. But I'm glad that she didn't. I'm glad she just hold on and said, listen, I'm going to tell my story and whatever. Now, for the people, like I said, this is not a Dr. Dre, Suge Knight bashing and all that. But I'm just saying, wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn who you are. You do wrong, you do wrong. And, let me see. Let me see what I'm going to say. Yeah, it was terrible. Oh, and then Dr. Dre, in the headlines, while the movie was being premiered, while people commented on the movie, Dr. Dre, he wanted to sue Michelle A. And this is the thing, I gotta keep it 100. Gotta keep it 100. I gotta get to the nitty gritty. Dr. Dre was calling himself suing Michelle A, right? And suing Lifetime, right? And all that. Listen, what you did. Okay? You know what you did. You know what you did. So, for Dr. Dre to sue Michelle, to sue this Lifetime biopic, it does make him look suspect, and it's obvious, okay? Because this woman went through hell. And then I saw some comments that was very true, and I'm gonna touch some light onto that. And it was like, you know what, all the people that knew that Michelle was getting beat up and getting knocked around and getting treated like shit, why didn't they speak up? Why didn't they speak out? Well, for one thing, I know people, like I said, they know some things, they stay out of people's business, which I don't blame them. They don't want to get involved. But I think, you know what, it's so terrible how it seemed like she just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just so sad. You know, it's really like, what? You know, it's like, really? Like, you know, and this is my thing. If you know anyone that's going through domestic abuse or domestic violence or whatever, pull them to the side, talk to them, sit down, talk to them, say, listen, I know you're going through this. I don't like what you're going through, and I will not accept it. And I want to know, do you want to seek help? Are you willing to seek help? And are you willing to find a way to get out of it? Because I know some people, they're like, well, if they're in a relationship and then I have nothing to do with this. So I'm like, but to be honest, you know, and people was like saying, why didn't people speak out when Michelle was getting knocked around? And that's just how it is, you know, and it's so sad. But that's the thing, you know, and I want people to know, I want people to be strong, I want people to be liberated. I'm like, listen, enough is enough. Hell, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay, I'll give you another example. Okay, you know Dragon Ball Z. Any Dragon Ball Z fans? I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is one of the iconic anime shows of all time. So it's among the best. So of course Dragon Ball Z fans, they know about when Goku turned into a Super Saiyan. Okay, and this has to do, it ties in with bullying, no bullying, and you know, no mistreating people like, you know, treating people like shit, and you think that you can get away with it. So Frieza, the character Frieza, he's the villain. Everybody know who Frieza is. Frieza was condescending, sinister, trifling, and downright low to the motherfucking dirt. Everybody know Frieza. People know from Dragon Ball Z, Frieza is one of the treacherous villains in the series. Frieza was so evil, like sickening, like mind games, and that motherfucker, you know what, I was scared as shit, because I was like, ever since I was a little girl, even though I was growing up, but I was so scared of shit how he was like so damn, he was so goddamn motherfucking, like how he be sitting in that damn fucking throne, like I don't know what the fuck it was like a chair or something, and how he would levitate, and it was like he would come towards you, and he would be like talking to you like, well, my name is Frieza, and I'm going to exterminate all Saiyans. I'm like, holy shit, this motherfucker was on. I was scared as hell, like the way how he looked, and then the way Frieza, how he transformed, like when he was fighting Gohan and Krillin and Piccolo and the Namekians and shit, that motherfucker was changing forms and shit. I was like, this motherfucker was scary. Like, he was your fucking nightmare. I was like, I was scared as hell. But there are some Friezas out in the world, though. Lord have mercy. But let's get back. So, Goku was fighting Frieza on Planet Namek when Planet Namek was going to explode and all that. So, we already know what happened and all that. So Goku, so Krillin, it was Gohan and Krillin. It was Gohan, Krillin. I think, did Piccolo, did he get Did he get beat? I know Vegeta, he was already beaten. Vegeta was like beaten up by Frieza. We already know what happened. That was so fucked up. I felt so damn sorry for Vegeta. It looked like Vegeta was a fucking punching bag. Vegeta was like a red piece of meat. Like Frieza was just beating the hell out of him. Like he was nothing. And so Goku. So it was Goku versus Frieza, and it was Gohan and Krillin. Okay, now Frieza was about to destroy Krillin, and Frieza, he used his hand or whatever the hell he did, and he like grabbed, like he used his hand, whatever the fuck he did, and Krillin was flying up in the air, and Krillin's like struggling trying to get, and then Goku was like, Frieza, stop, what are you doing? Frieza, no, you don't need to do this. Frieza, stop. Goku kept telling Frieza, stop. That's my friend, because Goku and Krillin, they homeboys, and they've been kicking it since day one. So that's his homeboy. That's his friend. He been loyal to Krillin. Krillin been loyal to him. He been down with Krillin. Loyalty, being friendship, true dream friendship. And so that was his friend about to be fucking destroyed in front of him. And he was telling Frieza, y'all, Frieza, stop. Frieza, what you doing? And Frieza, you already know what happened. Frieza was just Frieza. And he destroyed Krillin in the blink of an eye. And it was like, and Krillin was like, Goku! And then boom. And Goku, it triggered Goku. Goku was like, oh my goodness, like, it triggered him. That's when he became the Super Saiyan that we all know and love. Like, he was like, and he whooped Frieza's ass. And Goku said, motherfucker, that's it. I'm going in. Goku beat the fuck out of Frieza. People were like, every freaking episode on Saturday, on tonight, people just waiting to see what was gonna happen. People waiting to see Goku beat the fuck out of Frieza. Like, oh man, and that's the thing. And I talk about these things because there are some people, they don't learn. They gotta learn the hard way. Like, they be trying to, like, call themselves bullying people. You be like, you know what? I'm gonna turn to a Super Saiyan. Okay? So that's the thing. That's the thing. And that's why, like I said, I will, be putting some, like, references of cartoons and references of, like, all that good stuff. Childhood throwback, It's another one, Dragon Ball Z. When Gohan versus Cell. Cell was supposed to be, the ultimate, warrior or something? Cell was, like, another sinister motherfucker because he was, absorbing people and stuff. So he was absorbing people and draining people from the clothes and stuff, and he was another one that was like scary as hell. His first form was so scary. Now to me, his second form wasn't that scary, but his first form, he looked like a goddamn big ass beetle. I don't know. The dude was scary as hell. Big ass fucking beetle. Like, I don't know. Like, because when Trunks and Gohan and Krillin had found like his carcasses, like the opening case in shell, he came out and whatever. It's scary as hell. And then, okay, that's when Gohan was fighting Cell. Right? Cell's like, oh, Gohan, you ain't gonna beat me. I'm the ultimate warrior. You're just a little brat. You're just a little twit. You're a kid. You're not gonna do nothing. Gohan, what? This is mockery. He was like, Cell was like, this is foolery. Like, I'm going against this kid. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Hello? You mean to tell me I'm about to fight this kid? You must be joking. I'm going to fight a kid. I'm going to fight a child. It was amazing. Gohan whooped Cell's ass. Gohan beat the fuck out of Cell. And Cell couldn't believe it. Like, oh shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, bullies and bullies. So, like, Frieza, you got people like Frieza and Cell and all of them. All of them. Try to tear you down. That's why go Super Saiyan. So, as I said, if anyone tries to put their hands on you or threaten you, try to get away from them and do the best you can. And if it's no other option, you whoop their ass and you don't hold back. You turn to a Super Saiyan. Whatever Super Saiyan you want to be who you want to be, express yourself, go in on that ass. Turn to a Super Saiyan and don't look back. That's it. Because there are some ignorant people. I don't get it. I don't get with this putting your hands on somebody because you think you want to put your. And I swear I don't have no. And to be honest, like, come on, like, you're asking for a can of whoop ass. Like, you're asking for it. Like, really? Like, you want to put your hands on somebody just because? No, it's not gonna work, boo. It's not gonna work, boo. It's not gonna work, boo. So that's why I know people, you know, like I said, they take self-defense classes and they take karate classes, which is great. Because there's some crazy mofos out here. They be trying to rob people and stuff. Be like, oh, whoa. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No. Take your ass on somewhere else and leave me the fuck alone. I'm out of my business, so you need to mind the fuck. I'm minding my business, and yours crazy, whatever the hell is going on in your mind, talking about you, whatever is telling you in your mind that no, we're not having it. 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 I'm not having it. I'm not putting up with it, and I will not. I rebuke. Say rebuke. Say rebuke. You want to take some holy water with you? Take some holy water with you. I don't know what your motto is. Do it. So that's all I gotta say. So yeah, guys. I mean, that's it. That's it. So, guys, what do you guys think? Did you guys like my video? Do you guys want me to talk about other things? What other topics do you guys want me to talk about? And I will be glad to share you my personal experiences. And I will be glad to be open and talk to you about these things because it's important. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And look forward to the next video. And I'll be signing out. And yeah. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And peace.